Hi everyone, I'm here with Mr. Smelly and we're going to just have a chat about Neroli fragrances. I've just
An informal chat.
Yeah, we're just going to keep it light and we're just going to talk about fragrances with the note of Neroli. Not necessarily 100% dominant with Neroli, but they've got a good dash of Neroli, so I thought we'd just have a little selection.
And see what we think's the best one.
Yeah.
Of the ones we've got.
Definitely. I want to see if you agree with me on my favourites.
Yeah.
And see what
I know
you
you've got some strong favourites.
Yes.
And it's Saturday night, so
it is.
Cheers everybody.
Cheers.
Whenever you're watching it. What are you drinking, Claire?
I've got vodka and Diet Coke.
Sainsbury's vodka.
Sainsbury's, but it's triple distilled. So I thought,
with Russian writing.
Yeah, it's got some Russian writing, so it must be good. So I thought it'd be alright, you know, and it's not bad. I normally get Smirnoff or equivalent, but I thought I'd save a few quid.
Very wise.
Yeah, what are you drinking?
I am drinking Lagunitas IPA from the USA. Very nice, really good. So, Neroli.
Yes.
What do we think?
So anyway, right, we're going to talk about Neroli. So Neroli comes from orange flowers, and it is obtained slightly differently to orange blossom, but it is basically it's just the way it's distilled. Or I'm thinking about vodka again. It's the way it's obtained from the plant is slightly differently. I can't quite remember. One of them is
So it's linked to orange blossom.
Yeah.
And where it comes from.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
So, but Neroli tends to have a bitter green kind of.
You have got Neroli of essential oil, which I've smelled, and after that, then you really kind of feel, oh yeah, I know what that smells like. It's one of the few notes I can confidently say, I do get that's Neroli.
Whereas if you had orange blossom, it's more of a heady, sort of smooth, sweet, almost gourmand kind of floral. So they're quite different actually, but they work really well together as well. So let's talk about some fragrances. So let's start with Mukla Cologne, which I've sprayed on here, and
which is
Mr. Smelly's
quite inexpensive. We've got a nearly empty bottle, about £31 for 100 mils or similar prices around the world.
It's not a bad price.
Very good value.
You get Neroli in there, you get a bit of musk, a bit of wood. I think people talk about vetiver. It's not on Fragrantica as having vetiver in it, but I do get a slightly grassy, woody note, which could be vetiver.
I love the smell of Mukla Cologne. It smells like a bar of soap.
It's really nice, clean.
Grassy. And now that we've been sniffing all these Neroli, before I didn't notice the Neroli so much, but yes, it has got quite a bit of a Neroli smell in it.
Yeah. So that's
really
a
nice
one.
Soapy.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's unisex. Anyone could wear that. Perfect work scent.
Yep.
Clean.
Clean.
Easy to wear, easy, dumb reach almost kind of fragrance. Just chuck it on.
Just could be ever so slightly uninspiring.
Yeah,
It's not that. But I do really like that smell, and some people say it doesn't perform that brilliantly.
But at that sort of price, if you've got a re-spray,
liberally,
you know, who cares?
Yeah.
So
it's still worth your attention.
So let's move on. Now this one gets compared to Neroli Portofino. We've got a decant over there, but basically I've sprayed it already on here, and it's Cologne Indelible.
Cologne Indelible, Frederick Malle.
Yeah, I sprayed it about an hour ago now, or 45 minutes maybe. So I've also tried this one. Where's it gone? On skin. So that's it on paper.
Oh, yeah.
And that's it on skin. Now earlier, both said we don't like the opening of this.
It's a bit harsh or something.
There's this like sickly green kind of note. I can't imagine. It's like like vomit from swamp creatures.
I wouldn't go that far, but
there's something.
I do agree. There's something that's a little much.
But do you think that's better now?
Much better now. That's why I did a surprised sound.
Yeah.
When I smelled the paper and you. It's actually it's really nice.
I think it's good, but I can't tolerate the first 45 minutes. So for me, an expensive fragrance like that.
Now it does smell quite pleasant.
Yeah, it has got that musk in the dry down like Neroli Portofino does.
It is.
And
it now does smell quite similar to Neroli Portofino, but I find, like you, in the first 20, 30, 40 minutes,
not so nice.
There's something. Well, it's quite in your face. it's sort of really an amplified neroli smell. I know a lot of people like it and prefer it to Neroli.
It's funny you mention that, because
I don't know if I'm sure. I'm not mad on it. Yep.
No. This is Neroli Blanc Intense, sorry, from Au Pays de la Fleur de l'Orange. That's how you say it.
Right. Fleur de l'Orange.
Yeah. And I think that has that like stewed neroli. It's too strong. The neroli's like I just imagine it's been stewing all day long, like getting stronger and stronger.
Well, it's
very syrupy and
it's sweet, and syrupy.
Almost too sweet.
It's almost like a gourmand.
Yeah,
it's a completely different thing.
For my nose at the moment, where I'm kind of preferring the lighter stuff, it's a little bit too thick and heavy, but it is very pleasant.
It's a bit floral or something, or
there's a lot of white flowers.
Maybe a bit old lady-ish.
Perhaps, yeah. There's a lot of white flowers, vanilla, quite sweet.
I don't think that's for your out-and-out neroli purists.
No.
That won't satisfy that need. Now,
talking about
moving on.
Out-and-out neroli purists.
Right.
This is Perfume and Aroma, just called Neroli.
Right.
And we've got a decant here.
That's good. I mean, that just reminds me of smelling the Neroli essential oil.
I get a little bit, again, that's stewed neroli, like it's a bit too dense for my taste.
Oh, right.
Too thick. And I get kind of like a little bit more, not just neroli, like orange peel, maybe a touch of like petitgrain or something a little bit green in there. Very slightly, sort of clean and soapy. Really soapy. I think then they've got the reputation that they last quite well, don't they? Perfume Aroma, the people that do Aqua Viva, and the ones that are like citrus that last. 40% oil, most of them, so they are
very
really
strong. I think that's quite good.
Yeah, so okay, no, that's cool. Because I'm going to get you. I think I'm going to get you to rate them, if that's okay.
Oh, yeah, you too, yeah.
Right, so moving on to, I've got Diptyque Neroli, L'Eau de Neroli, this one.
Diptyque, L'Eau de Neroli.
Yeah. You quite liked it earlier, but it's been sat on the paper for
a bit faint now.
Yeah, my experience is it's a bit weak.
Yeah, no, it's nice. It's a nice, transparent, clean, fresh smell. It smells high quality. Not hugely. That's the trouble with Neroli. It doesn't always...
I think Neroli needs...
It's not always thrilling.
My preference is a Neroli built around other notes.
That's very nice.
I'm sure there are other notes, but I'm getting kind of like a clean, woodsy... citrusy neroli, but it's kind of, that's it really. It's like, and it's quite weird. I tried it on.
Now that we've smelled a load in a row,
I prefer that to these
thicker,
more syrupy ones, but that's my taste, and that's good because we've obviously got different tastes.
That's getting there. That is getting there.
So you prefer that?
I quite like it.
Okay. Yeah. Now, quickly do this one, Fleur de Mal from Jean Paul Gaultier.
Right. So this is a flanker.
Yeah. Of La
Mal with a sort of neroli.
It's got a note of neroli, and I think it's
comes in a white bottle.
Yeah, and it might also have orange blossom as well.
Right. Discontinued, but you can still get it.
You can get it cheap. Fairly cheap.
Definitely, it smells more of La Mal than anything else.
And you're not a massive fan of La Mal.
It's okay, but if I was out looking for neroli scents,
it's not going to
that's more La Mal than I get that they've put a bit more neroli in there and made it more fresh.
But generally, as a fragrance.
As a fragrance overall.
Forget whether it's neroli or whatever. What?
It smells like La Mal fresh to me.
So you don't find it feminine? So a lot of men find it a bit feminine.
Yeah, a bit. It would be a good summer scent. Actually, it's quite nice. Yeah, if I was if I was wearing a crisp white shirt on a lovely June or July summer evening,
I can picture going to a summer wedding, a guy, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I was just thinking, if we're thinking about neroli, I'm not thinking that it does that neroli thing that much, but as a fragrance, I like that.
Yeah, I
actually prefer that to La Mal.
Yeah, okay, I like it too.
But maybe not massively neroli centric.
No. So now I'm going to quickly go on to I've got a sample. I've had a few samples of this. Joe Malone.
How many neroli scents have you got?
Millions! All I do is I just get Neroli. Basil and Neroli, this one.
Right.
And I sprayed this on skin because I ran out of those cards.
Right.
And it's here.
Mm-hmm. This is Jo Malone, Basil and Neroli. Yeah. Lovely. Really nice. Maybe your skin's making it smell better because it's better on skin. Yeah, really good.
I
Beautiful.
really like it.
Like the herbal thing that's in there.
The
gives it that odour, cologne.
Kind of freshness.
Yeah, it's an aromatic, isn't it? Basil, is that right? Is that called an aromatic?
Yeah. And it's got a beautiful musk in the dry down. So if I was going to say anything's like a Neroli Portofino, this is the closest.
That's really nice.
And I'm not saying it actually smells like Neroli Portofino. What I'm saying is it's got the same components. It's got that lovely, beautiful musk, and it's got the Neroli. But this has got basil. It's quite dominant really basil.
I'd spray that.
Yeah, and
I'd spray that very liberally, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and it lasts quite well for a Jo Malone cologne. Jo Malone cologne. I get a full day at work out of it, and I think it's pretty good. So that, and now we're going to move on to my most favourite Nerolis, and then you're going to tell me what your favourites are. So I'm going to do Icon by Dunhill, which I sprayed on here.
Dunhill Icon.
We're both very familiar with this fragrance.
So this, unlike most of the others, unisex. This theoretically is very much a men.
Yeah.
This is a brilliant scent.
I love it, and it's not, obviously it's not just about Neroli. There's a whole load of stuff going on in there. Like I get a concrete dust and a mineral, like after the rain kind of smell. It's earthy, but the Neroli hangs on in there. It starts off very strong with the Neroli, and then it kind of just slowly dissipates. But
now that we've been sniffing all the Nerolis, I now recognise that this has more Neroli in it than I used to particularly notice. Yeah. But it's got a lot more to it. The pepperiness and the woodiness are quite strong as well. And there's lavender and all that. So it dries down a bit sweet and woody. So the only thing I would say is if you're really out for an out-and-out Neroli, that's got a lot more other elements in it. But as an actual overall fragrance, absolutely beautiful. The fragrance
is amazing, and it's a fragrance showcasing a nice Neroli note.
You've worn that, haven't
you? I love it. I got a compliment from a lady in the co-op wearing that one. I can see that there's nothing amazing. Like I know people say it's masculine. To me, when I wear it, it doesn't feel masculine. It feels. It's just a fragrance for everyone.
It's all right. I think there's only the really overtly, heavily chorus type stuff that a girl just can't wear. But this is close enough to the middle that you could, and it's brilliant.
Right, this one.
Love Icon.
This is, you smell, you get the bottle.
Ferrari.
Bright
Neroli. Right? So this is quite cheap, 100 mils in the UK you can get for about £30 odd, which is great value, especially when it's a lovely presentation. It's got this kind of leathery cap. Ferrari we associate it with the rubbishy scents that you get in Superdrug for your 15-year-old nephew. £8.99, but they do some higher end stuff, and this is one of them. So
you smell
right. Well, we know about this one, don't we?
Yeah, we both know this one really well.
Brilliant.
Mr. Smelly gave me a decant of it, and I've almost used 10 mils up in about a month. This I love this for work. Yeah. It's so clean. It's smooth, it's well rounded, it's full bodied, but it's not cloying or like those other ones that are too syrupy or sweet for me. This isn't, and it's almost got a slight mineral edge as well, like an earthiness. But what do you reckon?
Yeah, I think it's got orange and a bit more other citrus notes in the opening other than Neroli. And then it might even have amber in it. It's got some nice woodiness and amber and a bit of muskiness. It doesn't seem like some people say it's an alternative to Neroli Portofino, but it doesn't smell exactly like that. It's not. I don't think it's a clone.
No, it's definitely not.
It's definitely in the same ballpark and serves the same function in your wardrobe, but not the same.
It doesn't have the musk, and I think the musk is such an important component of the Neroli Portofino. That is what makes it for me. That's why I love Neroli Portofino. It's not just the Neroli, it's that beautiful, musky, woodsy, transparent dry down. I love that. But that.
So we think you think this just different to Neroli Portofino, but really amazing. Worth checking out. Really nice
for the price as well. It's absolutely fantastic.
Right.
And the sort of perfect work fragrance. But pub lunch, any kind of situation.
I reach for that quite often.
Yeah, I wore it with the girls, and I got compliments from the girls on it. So don't think, oh, it's Ferrari, so it's only for boys. It's not. It's for boys.
No, that's
girls.
very much. That is really very, very unisex.
So that's that one, and then we're finally going to talk about.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. Right. So I've got Aqua and the Neroli Portofino.
Yep.
So I love them both.
Neroli Portofino, Aqua.
Yeah.
Yeah, just in case
they
didn't.
I love them both. Presentation amazing. On these is beautiful.
Possibly that's one of the best bottles ever.
I absolutely adore this
That looks
bottle.
like it could be in Cleopatra's
stunning
front room.
And even smelling it from the lid, you can get that musk that comes out in the dry down. You just get beautiful. Neroli.
It is really,
but the
really,
Neroli's
really nice.
Not too green. Sometimes the Neroli can smell almost like stinging nettles to my nose.
I don't think that's an in-your-face.
No. I've actually got both of these.
Overkill of Neroli at all.
On both arms.
Yeah. Is that Neroli Portofino?
That's the normal Neroli Portofino.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
And that's the Aqua. Now people slag off the Aqua and say why create something lighter than a light fragrance. But
why create an Aqua version of an already somewhat aquatic fragrance?
Yeah, but I wore the Aqua last night and I sprayed it at 7:30 p.m. and the next day I was mulling around the house and it was like mid-morning, almost lunchtime. That Aqua was still there and it wasn't even a skin scent. It was giving me a little bit of projection. So don't just believe these haters out there. This stuff is the fucking bomb, man.
Right.
Don't you think?
Yes.
But what do you think, how they smell compared to the other Nerolis? Do you love them more or less?
I hate to be obvious, but that is one of all these that I've smelled. That is one. The Neroli Portofino Original is one of my absolute favourites. It is really brilliant, and it's not just that annoying, overbearing Neroli that can be almost a bit old womanish. They balance it. I don't know if there's woodiness in there as well, but there's definitely that muskiness. It's quite just brilliant. Just brilliant. It's 4711. If you've ever sprayed 4711 and just been frustrated and wished that it was amped up and it lasted a bit and just had somehow been intensified and higher quality, they have done that. They have achieved that.
Yeah.
It is expensive, but yeah.
It's good.
It is good stuff. It is good stuff. And the Aqua is quite similar.
Aqua's just a little bit. I get a little bit more powder and a touch more floral from the opening of Aqua. Then eventually, in time, they kind of both smell almost identical.
You often say what am I wearing, and I say it's one of the Neroli Portofinos, and I can't tell. On you, I can't tell them apart. I
think when you own them, you test them side by side, you just can tell it. But there's not much in it. Great. So the fact that this one's a lot cheaper, if I was to make a recommendation, I would say just go with that one. But, each to their own. So this is going on too long, so we need to hurry up. Rate them. Pick out your three favourite ones out of all of them.
Okay.
Right, Neroli?
Right, hold on.
Icon?
Don't influence me. We'll put the Neroli Portofinos together as one and call that a tie. And I would, if you're talking about Neroli scents, I'd put that at number one.
Yeah, okay. So you've got to pick your number 2 and your number 3.
Number 2 for me, honourable mention Diptyque Neroli I did really like.
I didn't say you could have an honourable mention.
Okay, well, it's a dishonourable mention. I've dishonoured myself by mentioning it. But my number 2 and 3 will be Icon in third place, only because it's not so Neroli centric, but it might be better than equal with the others as a smell. But Neroli, if we're talking Neroli, third place, very good. And Bright Neroli by Ferrari.
Yeah, excellent.
Wonderful, and the price.
If this
makes it great value.
A little bit out of your price range, or you feel that you just wouldn't want to spend that much on a fragrance that's not giving you as much performance as you might get from a different kind of fragrance, then I think the Bright Neroli is
enjoy
an
it equally.
Excellent pick. It's not a clone by any means,
no,
but
it's a bit different.
It gives you
it's a bit more orangey.
Really nice, clean Neroli kind of thing. So yeah.
But Neroli Portofino for us, because a lot of people say, oh, it's all that money and it smells like a cheap drugstore cologne.
No, it doesn't.
We get the point that it's not doing anything
do you know what
amazingly.
I say to these people?
I dread to think.
Fuck off.
I thought
Get
you
a
might say
fucking
something
life.
like that, Claire. Yes.
I
thought she
okay,
might
no,
say.
No, let me put it differently.
No.
I disagree.
You respectfully disagree.
I respectfully disagree.
I do think it is really good, and you know, worth the money. If you've got lots of money, it's not that much money, is it? But yeah, it is expensive.
Yeah, it depends on your perspective.
If you really care about, well, neither of us are wealthy, are we?
No.
But we do spend sometimes large amounts of money. So it depends how important smelling good is to you, and it could be worth it, couldn't it?
Yeah, I think so. But you got to love it, definitely. So I'm going to wrap it up there because we've gone over 20 minutes.
Right.
So thanks for
well, thank
having
you.
this chat
It
with
was
me,
a
Mr.
good.
Smelly.
We hope we're going to do some more chats, and if you'd ever liked, we're thinking about doing some kind of live chats with people on one of our channels or something like that. So let us know if you think that would be a fun idea.
Yeah,
we do some on a Facebook group, and it's
going down
usually
quite
gets
nicely,
a bit messy, so it could be a bit of fun.
Yeah. So thanks for watching, peeps.
Yeah, thanks.
See you.
I hope that you enjoy your Neroli fragrances, whatever they are.
Indeed.